I think everything's sending out right now. Guys, it's a big one today. I don't know if you saw the title, but Ethan Klein, Iddubz, the fight has started. Let the freaking fight begin. Now, before we go live, I'm going to go promote it, and I think we're going to throw on a really good old school banger. Y'all remember this one? Y'all remember this one? Wait, remember this? Remember this right here? Yeah. We're going to run this for a minute. I'll be right back.
We will act immediately.
Oh, what the hell? Ah, it's not on my thing yet. Ah! We're almost there, people. We're almost there. We're going to run this as the intro, and then we'll be right back. We freaking, oh my god, Content Cop is back. And is it going to be as good as it used to? Probably not. But we'll see. Hello? Sound? Is it connected? What the frick? Okay, now. You're debating me. What? Okay, now. Guys, I'm just going to have the fucking intro start, and then we will be back. Or I can get the headphones to work, and then we can start the intro, because you guys are going to hear it. There we are. All right. Looking better there. Looking better there. Hello. Audio. There we are. Okay. Now through here, I need you to get this going. All right. Hell yeah. All right, guys. There we go. Freaking Content Cop is back, guys. I'll be right back. Send them all in. Stream starting soon, guys.
I wanna be gay, cause you're fucked and I wanna savor it. But it's cool, after smashing you, I'll PayPal you 2K. Oh no, you getting mad? Gonna knock the phone right out of my hand? That shit was fucking absurd. You're a rapper who can't resolve shit with words? Talk like you eat some paste. Hey, is that your IQ or your age? Hey, say to your audience face. Hey, how Jacob's notorious tastes. Hey, look afraid, must have seen a ghost rider. Well, ditto, little bitch, but I'm not scared to show mine. Woo! You've been pretending ever since your little rice bowls descended. Let kids think you did it all when you weren't capable of making up playground insults. That's bad, but then I heard you tried to rap. I was more disappointed than when I found out Casey Neistat didn't have nice tats. Boy, gotta flex. Gotta flex. Because when you've got no personality, replace it with a Rolex.
Oh,
shit. You really don't see your friends rolling their eyes, hoping to die. They're so tired to be throwing the price of what you buy in their face. No. You think they're gonna say, oh my god, you're such a legend. You make me so wet with your reckless spending. You've gained my respect and you're oh so
ready,
funny.
guys.
Please, take me to your mansion and poke me. You're fucking delusional, so try your best to remember. You're not a pimp, you're a borderline sex offender. This boy a flavor of the month, but which is it, huh? A whiny Vietnamese wannabe gangsta, it's salt and vinegar. You're like Kanye, without the talent, like Jackie Chan, but a little faggot, like Soulja Boy, but actually, yeah, you're exactly like Soulja Boy.
Say you don't wanna look like a little bitch, but dude, you're gonna be crucified. How can you claim that shit when you're too scared to going on PewDiePie?
Little hoe, little bitch, suck my 5.3-inch dick. Admit that you just got pounded. I'd say take the L if you could pronounce it. Get it? Because you're Asian? That's what you wanted, right? Hey, let's make fun of the Ashen Bow with his ashen bowish eyes.
Jesus Christ.
You're as predictable as a house tour. To call you surface level would be
What are you guys saying in the fucking chat?
Whatever you promised to follow, you quit. You can't persist for shit, you narcissistic prick. Your audience is fickle, here's what I predict. Your channel's bound to crash down to rubble. Oh no. How the fuck can someone call gum not realize they're in a bubble? But let me guess, I'm irrelevant, right?
Right?
Isn't that your excuse? When you're too stupid to explain your
Yo, it's Gabe!
Cause I one block Rubik's Cube? You're an insecure, unoriginal little bitch, and that's that. So come to think
Shout
of
out
it,
to
you
everyone in the
actually
chat.
don't
Joey!
Talk cash money and the views and the clicks, and yet you're always gonna be a little bitch.
Now I'm finished as planned. It was just 3 minutes, so it wasn't that bad.
All
but
right,
I got
then.
one question to ask
What's the
you,
question?
bro.
Did it feel good, though? Woo! Alright, guys. Content Cop is back. Ho, ho, ho! Oh, shoot. Everyone was like, what was that? Do we just run it back one more time for the freaking bangers? Because everyone was like, what the hell is that? Bro. Content Cop. Y'all are wondering. Content Cop. Welcome to stream, everyone. I think it's going good up there, right? Yeah, everything's going good. Alright, shout out to everybody. I'm here. I was getting the stream set up. We got boom. Yeah, everything's looking good. Alright, so Content Cop is back! What? How is it back? So, Content Cop, literally, I think almost all of them got deleted. Yeah, Iddubz was a very big YouTuber. Back in the day there in 2016. Literally, I think we remember all of these videos, or maybe we don't. That's why I'm giving you guys a little bit of a reference here. Probably my favorite one of all was the Keemstar one. What the fuck? We gotta play that for a minute here. We gotta fucking run this here. Oh my god.
Alpha Bravo Niner, this is Wolf Mother.
Wolf Mother.
Woods Hand and Wolf Pack. You're gonna want to get down here and see this. In fact, bring a big backup. Yeah,
I was wondering, I wear my gloomy shirt. I was like, what the fuck did I even put on? I was looking at the webcam. Is that bad? Looking at the Cyberverse people. Okay, turn this shit on because we got our little skit pad here. We're gonna move some. There we are. Shit. Who's he hunting down? Who's he hunting? Dan! He's looking for Dan! How does it sound, by the way, guys? I hope I'm sounding all good. Oh, that's really loud there. Okay. Alright, I gotta check really quick while we're running that. How do I sound? Yeah! Well, he's here, his gold back. Yo, shout out to Gabe in the chat. And then this, yeah, no, this is the whole YouTube thing here, if you're wondering. Everyone in the chat right now. Oh, shit. Fuck, he's climbing up. He's climbing up.
Wolf Mother.
Wolf Mother!
Do you come?
Why do you come? Oh, shit. No. The popcorn! That could mean only one person. There he is!
Killer
No!
Let's get right into the news.
You fucking nigga!
Oh my god, that's why they turned lead to this video. Jesus Christ, Keemstar! Keemstar! Why? Why Keemstar? Ah! Guys, he was talking about, they were in a mine, you know, they were talking about shovels, you know, they were digging.
What we do here is
Just
go
go
back.
Oh, there's the gnome! Okay, we're running through a little bit of old school. This is the OG content cop. This was when I started watching. This is when I was like 12 years old. These are the big days here, guys. Him going after the gnome, you know, the rock.
Big gun.
What we doing here? Okay, so I think I should probably mute it again with
I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news.
You fuck.
he's talking about very nice people. Yeah, fight him off! Team! Gouge his eyes out! Okay, he still fucking played it, god damn it! Keemstar! Keemstar, why?
Some big YouTuber wants to come on Drama Alert is to clear their name because they're in the right? And the only time like a small YouTuber wants to come on is they want to come on like no matter what because they're about to get a lot of exposure.
Person's flaws. Keemstar's would be his Vigor. I was about to say that word and then I realized what he just said. And stuff like that. Him getting mad at people.
Yeah, that's not the point.
He could have reached out to me. It's Rich, if you are going through money problems,
he talked about Rich on this, Dickers.
Help so many other people.
Dude, come on.
He's like
Asshole thing to do.
Well, I guess this is the Drama Alert effect.
So we would basically get a gassing up. Oh yeah, and there'd be like transitions.
Please don't insult me, because I will fucking cry about it on Twitter.
I report the news, I don't create the news, but from like a news standpoint, people are so annoying when you do news.
Yeah, sorry. Hi. Welcome to the chat. What's goody?
Goddamn news. It's my job. The news to report the news. I have like a million news depending on me. So the news.
Repo soon. Repo is base. By the way, Repo
The
is
news.
Keemstar is very adamant that the Drama Alert channel is different from his Twitter account.
Yeah, that's it.
So basically it would be just an absolute tearing. And then by the way, at the end we would get usually like a funny little skit. I'm wondering if we're getting at the end of this one.
Say that you'll ruin my career.
Oh, you'll ruin my career, Keemstar. Good fucking luck. You're not gonna ruin my career, you dumb piece of shit. And I've shown you why you're not gonna ruin my career. I'm smarter than you. You can't think before you speak. And I've never said this unironically.
Yes.
But I think this will be the first time
This was
I
the
actually say it
clapping
unironically
that
and
he
mean
would
it.
do back then.
Kill yourself.
This is that 2016 era here. Oh my god.
Normally, Keemstar would put
Oh,
big-time
shit.
criminals like you in jail. But
Oh,
I have
no.
a different plan for you, Keem cunt.
Yeah! Slam his ass! Fuck him up!
Any last words, Keemstar?
Drama Alert Nation.
He's probably gonna start saying, I gotta move. He's gonna start
Buddy
saying the
once
N-word.
told me that I could make some money by bullying some people online. So
Yeah.
I grew a gnome goatee,
Yeah.
put on a stupid beanie, and started making up some dank lies. So I'm making death threats and I'm calling people.
Ah! No! No! Stop it! Dude! Stop it! Why is he gonna keep... We're moving on.
Racist, homophobic, hates.
You know what? Maybe we don't need to play this song. Yeah, Content Cop used to be really raunchy, and I miss it. Kind of makes sense that it's not around anymore for some reason. Leafy is here. That one was good.
What we do here is
The best one with Leafy is he would basically take him on with what he would just, do to everyone, and then at the point destroy him. Like what Leafy would do would bully people. So what he did was bully Leafy. Hashtag no chill. So in this example here, I love these old ass fucking
I want to
transitions.
bring your attention to this picture. This is a picture of Leafy at the little meetup, and there's no filter here.
no.
This is him in his natural environment. Unfortunately, a profile shot. If you look at anyone with a weak chin, their enemy is the profile shot. It ruins them. But I want to show you this video in his natural environment and show you really how timid the poor guy is.
Do you know who this is?
That's Lisi is queer, bro.
This is the boy himself.
You kind of have to feel bad for Leafy at this moment.
Whoever's
because not
in
only
his
is he
eyes, you guys can see, is in the bully range. And they're usually the ones that are doing the bullying or the wrong. So.
chin open to the public,
the
but
fun
he
part
has
there.
this fat piece of shit touching on him.
Don't be scared, Leafy. Come on out, dude.
Fuck! Wait, I had to process that. What the fuck?
It's nice to meet all you. I'm Justin. This is Leafy is here. Keems
Like every other person, you could just say something fucked up to.
Star?
And everyone would be fine with it back then.
didn't show up. He will soon. I don't know, dude. Overdentured Keeps are fucking hot.
This gay trend caught on. Leafy's actually been coming out of his shell quite a bit recently. He's making more face cam videos. I love that too, by the way, calling them face cam videos. You know, for the rest of the planet who isn't afraid to show their face, we just call them videos. For a short time, I was very concerned. Wheat pavement.
That is pretty. It's pretty beef. The beef got pretty hard there, but Leafy did a lot of that back in the day, if you guys remember. So it was very justified and very funny.
The anti-insult is great. It's for people who want to make sort of crude remarks in their online videos but don't really want any backlash. You do the anti-insult and you'll win every time.
Driving a car, the Minecraft logo in the corner, his fucking teeth. Nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna be talking about the kid today.
I'm not going to be talking about the kid today after showing a picture of his fucked up snaggletooth to my millions of followers.
Why do you have to get the crossfire?
A zoomed-in picture of his fucked up snaggletooth. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be talking about the kid today. I'm not going to talk about his fucked up
He is
teeth.
right,
His
though.
teeth, the fucked up thing in his mouth, I'm not going to talk about that. That would be a fucked up thing for me
No,
to do.
yeah.
These things, not going to do it. Not going to talk about those fucked up, nasty things. Or you could just plead ignorance. Act like a fucking retard.
Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
Yes.
Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
Yes, she's retarded. Is that the answer you were looking for? She's retarded?
I'm not.
Yo, my friend has made $24 off TikTok lives. I don't want this as the pause thing. Better. That's a freaking banger there. All I do is win, win, win. You know what? I need to literally hop in the, Oh, shit. It's still stuck up on that. Okay, while we're paused here, and we are probably about to, start the video here, because I think we got a good view of what Content Cop was and is. Let's get to permit. What is it? Oh, here we go. Good. Good. All right. Put this fucking shit in here. Put this in here. Good. Oh, goddamn. All right. Yeah, that works.
Yeah!
All right, good. Yes. Yes. All right, there. All right, we're back.
I honestly have no idea.
Hey, Leafy, she is retarded. Oh, no. I guess I'm the one who looks like an asshole here. Because you were just asking the question. I had to answer it for you. You got me. You got me good, Leafster.
Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
Oh my god. You know, that's funny. Wait a second. I gotta run that back.
For you. You got me. You got me good, Leafster.
Whoa! Whoa! Wait!
Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
Yes.
It's fucking distracting.
Did you guys know that Leafy and Keemstar were friends?
That's actually kind of weird. That was weird.
Yeah, his video might lead you to believe that he just met him once at a...
We had a good view of this video here. Oh my god, Leafy was kind of just like the chaos back then. Whoever was in the content cop's eyes, we can see, was usually, you know what? We gotta make this fucking better. Get me over here. Get me over here. And I gotta do this. Find this. Righty Roo. Let's see. I'm trying to actually. There it is. Carry on. Where is it? Okay, here we go. As we can see, though, whoever was in the content cop's eye, it's usually pretty fucked. This was not the one I was actually looking for. I was looking for the investigation one. That one was way better. There it is. That works. Alright. I think the last one we ever got was probably the Jake Paul one.
What we do here is
and
go
we can
back,
see
back.
It got very polished up near the end.
Because the police aren't giving us very many answers, and we're going to get down to the bottom of it.
We can probably stop the music
back to
now.
you, Cheryl.
Oh, God.
Hey, she'll let me smash, bro. Bro, she'll let me pipe her shit. Yeah, bro, she definitely wants to fuck me. Bro, she low-key got some titties. I think she's 16 to 15.
Oh, God! What the fuck?
Don't lie, bro. She got some titties on her, bro.
When it comes to showing off the rapper lifestyle, whether it be with women or money, he has the most generic taste imaginable. Let me pile 14 women in front of me to show you that I get women. Do you believe that I'm not gay yet?
Jeez, that's still fucking it. That's pretty fucking funny.
Show you that I get women. Do you believe that I'm not gay yet? I'm trying to make up for that time when Fousey was basically fondling me for a minute straight on video. Check out these next clips where I basically lie to some girls on my stream.
No, but I'm not.
Oh my God.
My phone and she finds the hidden camera. So I see you made it to the end of the video, man, based on a true story.
If it is a parody of storytime videos.
Alright, I think we've pretty much gotten the vibe of these. Content Cop was good, and it got deleted. All these are gone because Iddubz turned into the cuck that we know today. I think we should just get a little bit of a cuck. Yeah, I think we can get from 5 minutes here.
So Iddubz is married to a woman named Anus who has an
Fuck! Why Anus? Now, this is where it started, and I want to give my opinions as it goes, because I probably have my own opinions on this. But Iddubz went down the different path when he married Anissa here. Anissa Jama, which I've referenced in the past, was the beginning of the end for Iddubz, in my opinion. It wasn't necessarily the reasons that people are going to say, but I definitely think that it was. Shit gets tough. So let's go. Is the sound working, by the way?
burger.
Okay, good. Alright, here we go.
So Iddubz is married to a woman named Anus who has an OnlyFans, and I've actually gone over this topic before. Currently I have an outdated tag on my video title because my main point
That's a fucking banger
point of Iddubz being a hypocrite for dating a girl who has an OnlyFans was kind of weak. I was also saying
he's like, okay, so Iddubz, literally we've seen him throw sand at all these people, and for this entire time he has been the unstoppable one. And then this time people had some criticism of him that she does OnlyFans, and that he has criticized people in the past for similar things. So it's kind of a weird moral gap there, and that's where it really began.
Shit like he should dump her, and, you know, just taking the situation too seriously. Does it really matter if his girlfriend is a sex worker? Not really. However, it's still pretty pathetic and hilarious that his girlfriend does show off the goods, like her boobies and dick pics for money. Anyways, when Iddubz made a video responding to the controversy, you can tell Ian kind of lost his composure a bit. He's all fucking red-faced, and at one point in the video, he makes fun of a 15-year-old kid to defend his queen. After that, the once invincible Iddubz started losing respect from his fans. But you know what? It's just...
Yeah, that's really how it goes. Him and Ethan Klein both, like, what you don't do is you don't kill out your inner fan base by, you know, like acting like, you know, they don't exist anymore, or persecuting like that. Like, oh, I don't condone my like, you know, kind of just kicking those people out almost.
Just one bad video. It's not a big deal. He's now a member of the Ku Klux Klan, but I've seen worse things on this website. But then Iddubz would go on to make a documentary about Sam Hyde, which, to say the least, didn't really...
That was probably the biggest one here, when he talked about good old Samuel Hyde here.
Go his way. I guess this was his attempt to appeal to his new fan base, to show that he's a changed man and he will no longer scream the N-word for comedic purposes. He's mature now, guys. He's a grown-up. But all we really got from this documentary was Iddubz displaying how socially awkward he could be. I don't really know who Sam Hyde is. I've heard people call him an alt-right grifter or a troll or whatever. But it was clear he was just fucking with Ian the whole time, and it was pretty funny. So at this point, I'm laughing at Iddubz, not with him. But it's okay, you know, 2 L's isn't a big deal. You can come back from that. I'm still right.
So these are his first 2 big L's, and after like an entire decade through the 2010s of having no L's, Death Note, L, no, it kind of just was like a shock. Like, damn, this guy is not unstoppable. He's not invincible.
Thing is cock, still love that Iddubz. But then Ian would go onto Anthony Padilla's show and basically imply that his old fan base is filled with basement dwellers.
Yeah.
Probably true, but still hurts my feelings. Yeah. And while this is happening,
he's probably not wrong, but still, it's like when you persecute your old fan base, you're really pulling the big F, like the big oof.
Ian's content, at least in my opinion, just takes a huge downturn. He was known as someone who would push the boundaries, and now that he doesn't do that anymore, there's not really anything else there to replace that same level of humor.
Shut up, Diesel. Iddubz has grown up for that type of content. It's called maturing. You should try it for once.
Oh yeah? Iddubz is a big boy now because he doesn't do edgy humor anymore.
Yeah, we don't.
Alright, well, let's check out his new adult content. Put on our sideburns, smoke our cigars, and get ready. I made the most satisfying fidget toy. Yeah, is this the new adult content you guys were hyping up? The only thing missing from this title is at 3 a.m.
Quit picking on me because I'm British. Oh. Oh.
Again, Iddubz can make whatever content he wants, but to act like he's maturing just because he's not edgy anymore, he didn't mature, he just changed his sense of humor. And finally...
Yeah, that was kind of the big thing there. I think we're really getting the big gist of it here. Oh, God, and the creator clash fucking whole thing there. Him versus Dr. Mike and all the madness that happened there. What was going on at this? This was insane.
It's honestly a pretty cool idea. You get some YouTubers to beat the shit out of each other,
yeah!
But unlike the Paul brothers, KSI and Deji,
fucking fist.
They don't take it very seriously. Yeah, they still train and whatnot, but it's all supposed to be goofy fun. One of the fighters was named Froggy Fresh, who was set up to fight Chris Ray-Gun, someone I do watch occasionally. But then out of nowhere, Froggy Fresh is taken out of Creator Clash. Why? Well, here are the 2 theories. First theory is that Sam Hyde, the man who embarrassed Iddubz, was training Froggy. The second theory is that Froggy Fresh made a disgusting, horrible, sexist joke that led to his dropout. It wasn't just any sexist joke. No, it was about the queen herself. So what was the joke? I would subscribe to her OnlyFans if I lose. What a fucking pig, am I right, lady?
Jesus Christ! How crazy is that? How terrible! It's fucking it's being fucking stupid. I don't give a fuck.
He's high five. The queen.
Less of a Diddy move, but still, I'm like, oh.
His mother would then decide to go onto Twitter and beef with Froggy, and Froggy implied that Iddubz is a pimp, and that was the end of that. Now, it's not confirmed why Froggy was dropped out because Creator Clash fails to clarify. They were given multiple chances to clarify why Froggy was dropped, and the only thing they can muster up is that Froggy violated our policy of promoting a safe, inclusive environment. So, just to recap, Froggy
got fucked out of that. Iddubz has basically had a very steep decline since then, and people really don't like Iddubz anymore. I put the word cooking because that would be the funniest, but actually one of my favorite channels, the Casino here, they actually have been covering, they've made Iddubz like a big part of their show there lately. It's been getting bad with the new podcast they were doing, so Iddubz has not been under the best spotlight, and it's like, how could he have fallen from these days? Put this back on. How could he have fallen from these days here? We were going after Tana Mongoose. We were going after tech destruction channels. We were going after how to prank it up. We were going after Killer Cumstar. We were going after toy review channels. That one was really funny. We were going for so many. I don't think we really have to know more. Iddubz had a very fun formula. Get the interview, get the person, the target of the the people. Restart that. Get the fucking person that was the target under the law. He would be the cop. He would come in and lay down the law and go under their crimes and the punishments that he was going to lay out with the funny ass music video, man. Or one time with a deputy response. But usually they ended with whoever he covered being usually in the fucking hot seat and in the hots in the freaking computer community. So yeah, pretty crazy how this dude turned from that to then lame now because of anus. I wouldn't say completely because of her, but I will say that they're on a podcast now, and she embarrasses him a lot.
Is the title of this clip Anissa calls Iddubz a cock, or is it Iddubz fucking hair transplant?
Oh, no.
Cock thing. It is. Note for Flaked. It's Anissa calls Iddubz a cock.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm gonna start with. Let's go to Iddubz hot.
You go right after him.
I'm a fucking sucker for key lime, and Anissa's been trying to I don't know. Since I'm not a big, I'm not a good food receiver because I'm one of these.
What?
I'm one of these guys. I'm one of these basement dwellers who's like, oh,
hey, no, he's the basement dweller. What is happening?
All I need is a fucking bottle of Soylent, and I'll be good.
No,
you know,
whoa,
buddy.
Yeah, we gotta watch out here. Iddubz, no. Yeah, and it's falling. It's falling. Iddubz, what has happened? But anyways, today he had the chance because the second person we have in the view, Ethan Klein, H3 Podcast. I don't really have much to say about H3 Podcast besides what we're gonna see in the video. Actually, we probably need to because he's the target under the video today. Ethan Klein was. That's like a fucking slurred word there. Ethan Klein was a fucking really big commentary channel back in the day, and it's kind of crazy that his main channel doesn't even pop up anymore. There it is right there. Now, it has been, I think, honestly, no, it was 2 months ago. He did the one on freaking Hassan, and then this. But besides that, this man has really stayed under the freaking just podcast umbrella. He's not went after any people, the old content there, like this. The sea monsters of YouTube, and it would always be him.
Today I bring you a very special video.
And he'd always be known for the funny ass beanies, and Elo would always have the sick ass drip, and she went on to go do Teddy Fresh, and he went on to go start the podcast. Now, I used to love Ethan, probably back in these days here. He was very funny. He used to do some really, really funny things.
What up?
And he was just
Pimp Nation,
no
it's your boy EK from H3, and it's been 3 years since my last hit, but guess what? I'm still slamming. In fact, some would say I'm doing very well. Listen, I got a new
the frick. Pausing up there.
Toy, I think you're all gonna enjoy.
I think when we have it up there, it freaks out.
Babe Nation.
Babe Nation.
What if there was one vape to rule them all?
No.
And in the fat cloud bind them?
No.
Is man worthy of the gods?
Yes.
Vape? I don't know.
Yes.
I must try it.
Yes.
If I can.
Yeah.
148 batteries, 64 pounds. Yes.
Yes.
I'm ready. Let
could Ethan fucking could have done wrong, right? What could he have done wrong? Guys, oh yeah, and he's saying the thing that he really did wrong, and might have started with a content nuke. It really opened the door. He went after Keem's sponsors. That was a little steep there. I think that was really like the big thing. After that, like the podcasts and stuff he would do, it got pretty crazy there. I think we should actually watch this right here really quick just to see.
Hit the scope back.
Turned into a big war. This was like 4 years ago now. Okay, again, I learned when I full screen it.
Okay, following his lengthy response to Mudahar, Ethan Klein released Content Nuke Keemstar on May 19th.
So it seems like all these channels, like before 2020, were doing good. They were in their peak, they were in their vibe. And then they had someone they went after. For Iddubz, we saw it was Sam Hyde, and also meeting Anus, and all that. For Ethan here, it was going after Keemstar, and the clash that started, and the fallout that kind of came here.
2020. This is currently the longest, most in-depth video on the H3H3 channel. It's amassed 6.4 million views, and for approximately a week, it sent shockwaves through the entire community. Really naturally, this was the product of a long-standing beef between Ethan and Keemstar, which finally boiled over as a result of the drama alert episode myself and Tom showcased in the last part of our video on the subject. Rather than make a traditional response, Ethan elected to spend about 60% of the video presenting a large-scale retelling of the many mistakes and direct screw-ups that Keemstar has made going back 5 or so years. This was obviously included to paint Keemstar in the worst light possible before eventually making his own point. However, in some ways, Ethan does that effectively. Ethan shows a part of the content cop, revisits Tony, the man he accused of being a pedophile, and discusses
Can we stop with these words? I'm getting tired of it on the damn stream.
Motion here, so I don't really have room to take issue with it. He did the same to Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers, which was very wholesome to witness. Great.
I think people start to also dislike the podcast with the death of H3
But
here.
the circumstantial evidence is clearly damning, but I will say that, no, I didn't have anything to do with it.
On this subject, all caps and a few others had this to say. However, Tom, if...
should probably start back here. Let's see what this has to go with here. We've already basically seen the drama. The drama's not really what starts
even
here.
made.
Ethan definitely goes around in drama here. We've seen it with Keemstar. That turned into a big fight
very
here.
clear that he had no idea what he was talking about, or his interns did the research on that one.
Fuck it. I'm going to interview Onision and give him a fair
Oh,
chance
Blacks!
to
I'm
defend
glad I
himself.
grabbed. Let's get
Are the
that.
victims actually victims? Where's the proof?
Oh.
Basically,
I might be cursed by holding this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. What do I do with it?
Girls.
Where's the proof?
I do not deserve
the Bo Blacks right
It's
here.
very clear he wasn't talking about the web forums from 10 years ago. That's a complete misinterpretation of his argument.
Let me address this head on. I am not someone that supports going after somebody's sponsors. The SWAT murder was also sponsored by G Fuel. I am not someone that supports going after somebody's sponsors. Use code KEEM for 10% off of your life expectancy. I am not someone that supports going after somebody's sponsors. Sponsored by G Fuel. How am I supposed to criticize Keemstar and not address the fact that G Fuel is on his desk at every time? In the hurricane of destruction, there's always G Fuel sitting there on his desk. How am I not supposed to talk about that? It's so cheap to try to boil down my entire 46-minute video
pretty crazy
to me
during
saying
this beef, I
you
think.
killed
Also,
Etiquette,
yo,
which
what's
is a
up to
point that I
everyone in
never even
chat?
made, let's
Big
be honest.
ups.
He knew he would get lots of views, and he did.
With that fucking photo of Keemstar. Wait. Do I have it here?
You want this Keemstar cock.
Stop. Actually, I think that was another really good video. Ethan really kind of just got under the spotlight. I'm kind of trying to get like an idea of why everyone kind of hated Ethan before this video we're about to watch, because the big video is about to come up. Oh god, yeah. Here it is here. I think mainly his podcast views, stuff like that. Let's take a look here at this.
Jokes about them, while also delivering some pretty valid criticism for some of the ridiculous stunts that people like Joey Salads, the Bradbury brothers, and the rest of the H3 Rogues gallery would pull on their own channels.
I don't get the message. What are we trying to teach kids? To be paranoid, to not trust anyone? Well, the message is clear.
It was an exciting time to be on YouTube watching these two blow up and become so well respected.
Oh, I can't believe this. How many views does this have, you up?
These are funny. Million.
2 million. 2
Okay,
million
it's still
views.
kind of funny.
They were just so likable. Ethan was humble and goofy and funny, and Hila, being behind the camera, allowed the audience to feel more immersed in the video and almost take part in it. It wasn't extremely original, but it didn't need to be, because for the time and the type of content that they were doing, they did it best. So, what happened? Where did that Ethan and Hila go? Just 4 years ago, very few people would have been able to foresee the shifting tide. Everyone collectively wanted to see him improve, but that didn't happen. Instead, things got much worse. Can't. Because YouTube removed it.
Okay, big conspiracy here. People think that Ethan took down the Gokunaro video that he had to say about fucking Ethan. That was a long video there. A lot of, I think Ethan's just missteppings and stuff. Leafy is here rant. That was a big one there, I think. Back then, these are like tiny little blips. I think really what we're going to see is the stuff now on the podcast, which I think we kind of just need to see the conclusion kind of this little moment here, this little capstone, because this isn't really going to give us, I think, what we're going to see here. I think the podcast, yeah, kind of started in here.
Let's go! Ethan invited him to go on the show and give it to him for 20 minutes, and then he just sort of shooed him away as if his worth was up and he didn't need to be on the show anymore. The entire thing was just very awkward, and it didn't feel like William was treated very well. Ethan wasn't explicitly mean to him. In fact, he expressed that he wanted to hang out with him after the show, but it didn't help that the rest of the show wasn't very entertaining compared to that small 20-minute segment. It didn't help that instead of doing his proper research and becoming well acquainted with all of William's content before the show, he just kind of talked about his house being burnt down and nothing else. He didn't even include William's name in the title until enough people got angry about it in the comments, and he eventually caved and tacked it on to the end.
They said we're going to be on for like 20 minutes. That doesn't make me feel like a very...
prominently
some like tiny little blips here. So that's really what we would get back then. Now, we've seen with Iddubz there was a creator clash thing with Ethan, Matt. And it was Hassan. God, he had that show with Hassan. Oh man, Nick is taking up the big boy. Damn, I'm gonna have to see that here soon. I'll probably have to watch that afterwards. They were actually on a fucking like podcast together. We should probably watch this.
I guess that's about it for us. We gotta head home. We have it's Passover today, actually.
Oh. Congratulations.
Well, Passover is about the Jews escaping slavery, right?
Yes, congratulations.
So congratulations is in order.
We're no longer being slaves.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
How is it that this table would split across into an intergalactic war that we're about to see? Literally them as friends together. Hanging out.
Who is it?
Making him climb up a fucking ladder. Who does this? Those videos are pretty funny. But you know what? The past, and at the end of the day, tomorrow's gotta start. So, let's freaking get to this fucking review, this thing, the content cop. Already at 1 million views, holy shit. Oh my god, and Hassan's in it, which, we already don't need Hassan. Oh no, why?
Picture with your ass out.
Alright guys,
bent in with your pussy barely peeking
we're
through
about
the
to
low
start.
angle with your
I'm
face
gonna
in it,
grab
winking with your tongue out and
I'm
your
gonna
feet in
grab
it.
the water really fast, and I will be right back. So while we are doing that, I am going to run up a song. I think it's really lazy just to put on a fucking, video in the background. But we're gonna do it anyways. Be right back.
Hello. Hi, who is this?
This is Ian. I just got at your place, dude. I'm out front.
Oh, cool. What up, man? Nice. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go let you in. Coming through the garage, okay? I'll meet you there.
Through the garage?
Yeah, I'll meet you at the garage. I'll open it up for you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll be right there.
All right, cool.
All right.
Oh shit.
We're freaking back, people. It is time.
The garage doors
or it would be a crime.
Oh, hey, there.
We left it for 40 seconds. Every time they would meet, it would always be under this. And now it is going to be Ethan meeting fucking Iddubz behind bars. Well, actually, Iddubz is going to be the one putting him behind bars. All right. It's been like 40 minutes. I think it's time we just get this fucking show started. Let's see here.
The beach is surprisingly dangerous.
Oh
Consider the
fucking thing in our defense, like,
whoa.
Actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized.
This is a lot here.
Such an insane
oh my god.
harassment group that anybody
Is he like
who
really
says any
losing it
fucking
there? I don't
thing,
know this.
They
So
will
all this
attempt
is, like,
to ruin
new
their
era,
lives.
Ethan.
And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have to.
The cop outfit.
What we do here is
Go back. Yeah! Yeah!
Perfect.
This is okay. He's back in his element. Is he back to a winner? We're gonna see. Oh shit. Got the Siggies doing some jumping jacks, getting back in his element. Alright. Alright, this is some actual classic fucking items here. Oh my god. This is fucking hilarious. Yeah, he's back! Get him! Get him, Ian! Get him! Oh my god.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is
so we already
it was brilliant.
What is this?
Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am. And
Okay, so we have the opposition here. We got Hassan, and we got fucking Ian going after
fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything?
The Ethan content nuke. Okay. Yeah, so he did one on Hassan. I forgot about that.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
What?
Wakey, wakey, Ethan.
What?
Wake up, Ethan.
No!
Wake up.
Or it's not!
Time to be awake, Ethan.
What?
Wake up, Ethan. This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
What?
The dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
You're getting up.
Ethan, wake up.
What?
Wake up, Ethan.
They're all coming.
Ethan, wake up. Wake up. Zoom to anyone? Just wake up.
Wait.
Dude, what is he? Bro, is Iddubz back? Chat, is Iddubz back? Because literally, we were seeing him yapping and molding about freaking Anus's freaking post and what the fuck? And now he's like giga chatting like this. Is that a gold tooth? Dude, he is balling out. That needs to be a picture. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Zoom to anyone? Just wake up.
Wake up.
Yes.
Wake up.
Wake up,
Ethan.
I'm not going to do a react content yet.
Fortnite emo. I don't want to get up and
Ooh, yummy. I love Sabra hummus.
This is okay. This is OG Iddubz. Mr. Beast. What the fuck? That was good. That was good. That was good. Yeah, dude, the gold freaking tooth now.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds
Neither.
very stupid even
It
saying
does.
that.
And Ethan was asking. Literally, guys, the speculation was it going to be Ethan Klein or Sam Hyde? It came out on Sam Hyde's birthday, and I don't need to get the fuck back into that. Sam Hyde mogged Ethan, Iddubz here. I was about to say, oh my god, there's so many Ian and Ethan. He mogged him there. And then, in retaliation, yeah, I just turned into a big old stinky thing. And you know what? Iddubz kind of turned out to be the shrimp in that. But with this, dude, he might be back, guys. He's already back, and he's fucking pulling all of it out with full diameter, dude. Yeah!
Alright.
Yes.
I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3.
Again,
it sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, Iddubz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine
Sargon of Akkad. Were we just we were watching Diesel patches.
This in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out
I really think he lost the plot there for a bit, low-key. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
The fucking Boblox plush. God, why the fuck do I own that?
After all these fucking years, can't find a...
All these fucking years. Okay, I don't want to make fun of that, because I think he's... Okay, I know he has, like, the fucking thing, but literally, he is, like, on overdrive,
spine to speak up.
So go...
And I low-key do that, too, so I can't lie.
Fuck yourself.
I agree.
My fucking foot's doing it right now! God damn it.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna...
I just gotta say, when he's saying it like that, it literally looks like he's malding even worse.
Spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
But then I see it, man, it's like, yeah, no, he always does it. It just looked, and it's really not even...
I agree.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some...
Laura's photo off of fucking Google. We'll love to see. This is classic Iddubz. We're loving it.
Some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over...
It's really fucking hard to catch up on all that in 30 minutes. I really hope I did a decent little fucking anime recap in 30 goddamn minutes. We had Iddubz over there who had it all, lost it all, and now might get it all back. And then... or kind of still has it all, really, however you look at it. And then Ethan over here, who is just always in some sort of turmoil since 2020, it really seems like, and always gets into these crazy things, having a podcast with damn Trisha Paytas, and then also doing the one with Hassan, like, oh. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes.
Over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas.
Yes!
He's had a show with Hassan Piker.
Yes!
In doing so, he's gathered a ton of...
Bros are doing the fucking surfer rock.
Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan...
no, fucking Hassan over there is doing the fucking surfer one. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Ethan's going full fucking... He's about to see Ozzy there, goddamn. Oh, man.
Piker. In doing so...
fucking Carl Jacobs shirt. Goddamn, bro. He's about to fucking woo some damn 21-year-olds with that.
He's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they...
The fuck is this? Oh, God, dude. I gotta say, I'm still with him on this. What the fuck is with all these, like, Punisher skulls and fucking...
Would mostly talk about surface-level, progressive shit and make fun of right...
I ain't for fucking any of it, dude. It's all fucking just cringe and fucking gay.
Wingers.
And you're telling me...
And not the fucking cool kind of gay. What? And when they lean into it, it's, like, kind of funny, but still, like, what the fuck?
I mean, he didn't...
I just don't fucking do it at all. Fucking chillier, sorry.
Flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually...
oh, we're taking the things head on and making jokes about them before they do. Yeah, no.
We had to reckon with...
This is an hour and 6 minutes, people. I have to get through this at some point.
A very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, that dance he invented was so kick-ass.
What the fuck is this?
Republicans and even liberals.
Well, that dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Fuck is he doing?
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings, and the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, you know? We don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the...
I gotta see those tattoos again, because I remember people were mogging him for those tattoos. I'm willing to speak, I don't have fucking any, but dude.
The goof guy. And that's fine, you know? We don't...
Is it like Ed Hardy? I swear one of them, like, was Ed Hardy, he said.
Expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously
I think they both are. Did he mention that
the
yet?
state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing.
Did he say that or no? Because he is.
Israeli cause and what's happening to them. He is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served.
Isn't he also Jewish? Like, I mean, that's more of like a choice. I'm just confused. Okay.
In the IDF.
Maybe I'm like missing out. Maybe I'm missing out here. Mainly, I guess, okay, he's bringing it up because she was in that.
He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing.
I think it's because he's like family ties.
A massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Yeah. Hassan is...
Bro, all the fucking Hassan people, they're just fucking have their noses in the fucking news.
Strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very...
And their news, by the way, is all these fucking bread tubers. Like...
Keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan had...
I don't know why they did a podcast in the first place. It just got really freaking crazy around that time. The big crash.
Adopted over the years. They're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, like crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain.
That was fucking it. Oh my god, dude.
Of the video.
Give me with the fucking felting out of nowhere on that guy. Jeez.
Evil, hateful fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no?
No,
did I not go there?
And it's all culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan...
So how did they really burn the bridge? I know what happened, and I guess we're gonna see.
Falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like Iddubz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this sweet stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like...
There is so much of Ethan's content, literally, that it's impossible to fucking, like, when they do a daily show, it's impossible as someone who, like, literally only watched it back then, like, when it was on Apple. Still might be, I don't fucking know. Like, when I was, like, Apple Podcasts, like, fucking, like, weekly. I have no, like, clue on this shit. So it's really interesting to fucking see him bring all these things up. This is pulled this from the latest H3 pod, where this genius tries to defend her blatant grift, idiocy to Ethan. I've never seen that word written, idiocy to Ethan. This is art. Look at the timing and switch even. So pretty much there was a lot of just fucking people that just would leave his damn circles that were in there for years. The ride or dies. I kind of just lost interest in the content, which I kind of do that a lot, so. Sorry.
Content until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings or two.
What I saw is Ethan is very much prone to anxiety and stress, and loads of people on his head was a lot. He didn't leave room for self-questioning instead of going in instant defense mode because it challenged too much of his beliefs/experience. Feels very mature.
Bird, feathered, colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word.
Oh, Jesus. So this... Okay.
He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Ooh.
Ethan, at some point,
Damn on
discovers that...
Fuck. Dude, where does he come up with these fucking, like, pictures from fucking Google Images? Jesus Christ.
Burger.
All right, let's go.
Iddubz former...
shout out to everyone who's in chat right now. Appreciate you guys. No, not in chat right now. We got some bozo there, but shout out to everyone who's fucking chilling up and just watching right now. We're along for the ride. It's been a long ass time yapping, giving you guys the fucking last time on Content Cop, because Jesus Christ, it took fucking forever for a new one, and there was so much. And I'm realizing there's even more.
Says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter, looking for something to upset himself.
The fuck is he just peeping in through? Ethan, stop here. I love it. It says no Vaseline. Like, Ethan, you are literally like in fucking verbatim. Get out of here.
He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this.
I can't get over this fucking G-Unit style, like, gold tooth he has. Like, dude, it's fucking fire, dude. He looks like he's a fucking rapper now, dude. Like, he's for real indebted into this beef.
It up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this...
And we've seen Ethan's known for burning bridges, so this is just very interesting. Again, dude, the fucking G-Unit. Wait, can I pop that up really quick, bro? Oh, shit. Bro, that's fucking funny as fuck. Let's fucking go.
This is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable.
Okay, so he has some damn... I want to see a third perspective on this later then, because it seems like he does have some dirt in here, but he's coming out, like, off the rip with it. Like, the first thing he's saying is this.
And fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. Yeah. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now
holy shit.
I'm going to watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us...
Bro, Ethan? When did Ethan become based again?
Spineless cowards?
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us nieces and Iddubz feed.
Oh my god.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening?
So he was okay. He was
For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you...
Damn, he's really getting... Oh, shit.
You know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands.
Dude.
Let me ask y'all.
I love that.
These shoes do not go.
Y'all, I would like to pause. I went to the Minecraft movie and I made a fucking, not a scene in there, but like I just yelled. And we got a fucking comment saying, I don't get it. Why disrupt the theater? I did not disrupt the theater. literally everyone else in there was louder or as loud as me. It's matching the energy. And that's what we're doing right now.
Oh my
holy
god.
shit, Ethan's...
Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a
Bro, that might be true though, low-key.
30-second delay.
You
on
want
your
this
stream.
Wait, that's what I'm. Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people.
These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
I'm sure who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done, and I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these
It's not really going anywhere by saying he's just laying it out. Like, this isn't like the timid Iddubz we saw in the past, where he'd be sitting there like, Anissa, you have something to say for me, Anissa? No, he's like fucking laying shit down. Like, listen, dog, here's what's going on. Here's what I gotta say. And he has his hands out, like throwing the fucking gold to, like,
fucking years, can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people
is that like Morton Salt right there?
Harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by Iddubz and Anissa more than anybody.
He might be coming back. Goddamn, bro. We're gonna see this here, bro. He's like, is he taking on the fucking woke allegations? Yo.
Stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing.
Bro, he just fucking plasters it up. Well, you see here, you in blue, me in blue, you in gray.
Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much.
Okay, so this is where the big thing is coming in. All right, we know a little bit about denims. All right, crazy there. Froggy Tonic. We saw that. This just seems like a big of a crazy web we're weaving together.
Much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Israel, go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during this stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything.
And I was supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
Bro, why is he fucking photoshopped? I just fucking hang that shit, bro.
Disgusting.
And
a
I
piece
mean,
of shit of a human.
it's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story.
And
you
a dick
know?
inside of
It's
his
really
jail
something.
cell.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole.
Pretty fucking great. Bro, he's so gangster now, bro.
Selves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
Dude, he's a fucking gangster now, bro.
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like
pulling a
other
Philip
people
Burnell.
making it
Bro,
hard
we
on
just pulling
Olivia.
records on the street.
You're
Thank you,
making it
guys.
hard
You
on
guys
all
are
of
the
these
fucking
people.
best.
Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying...
Is this supposed to be like a teaser for Creator Clash 3, by the way? Bro, that's like, oh man. I think we can leave that out of this. He's taking some wins, so let's leave that out.
How Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system
Anissa?
is scrambled.
Oh,
My intention
shit.
isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week?
Huh?
It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not like my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times, because like, why would I not? It was
really
crazy.
just going to war with
Yeah,
everyone.
why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm
This is
not
like
going to
some high
assume
school
that
shit.
Hila knows,
They're hanging
but
out with somebody.
I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
Yo, shout out to my... Yo, I'm actually half Lebanese. I can't lie there. That's actually kind of crazy.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not going to fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Do we have that one?
Man,
Like,
just the other day, BB fired a really good guy.
I don't want to fucking hear about this shit. This is what this is really like the content cops about their fucking politics. Like
A lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is When we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So
The problem.
if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know.
In her chat,
Yeah,
which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denims.
actually participating in this whole Child Protective Service lie.
Yeah,
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with
instead.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character.
Yeah, we need to hear about Denims. Holy shit, because I really, like, I know of her, but I need to hear, like, the crimes against humanity here.
Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the...
Okay, and it also really just seemed like from that, like, we can really just come to, like, conclusion that, at least from this perspective, I really want to see the response that Ethan did. We'll probably do that tomorrow, but that people, they do be following people, and they painted it as this, like, fucking backstab, fucking, like, hidden under the fucking, like, coils, like, toying with them and shit, like, I don't know, they do be following.
For the past year at least. They only care about it now because
like a quarter
I
of the
guess
way
it was
through.
spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them.
That
Now, I'm not
Reddit's
going to
wild.
sugarcoat it, where we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person, like we think Ethan and Hila are good
They were,
people.
like,
Kind of
really
a
good
tricky
friends that we
situation.
saw.
How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say
Yup.
things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know, I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see
I
how
get it,
you can be
bro.
my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't.
Bro,
So
the
I already forgot
logging.
about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend.
Yep.
But there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them.
Yeah.
But separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships.
That is really how it goes in life, and it's like, if that is really what the fucking cusp of this is just like, he didn't fuck with them, and then, oh my god, dude.
That are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking... You're either my best friend who's deep-throating me to the base of my cock, or you are...
Okay, we got one comment here. I feel like they could talk it out in person. People are so prone to talking on the internet instead of face-to-face. It's tired. Yeah, I think so. Like, literally, it's crazy how they were just sitting across the table from each other like a year ago, or like a year and a half ago. And now it's like these fucking little like videos are coming out. Like, it could be. It's that easy.
Satan, you're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Okay, then.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
Yeah.
But it was so funny how she immediately
making power
went to
moves.
comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like,
Aw,
"Oh, he doesn't work
shit.
with us anymore."
Then
but
I-
that was it. That's
I
all
then
she
say-
said.
But then say that you don't
Okay. Do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons...
Yeah, that's kind of an L there. All right. Yeah.
She immediately had to comment like, "Oh, he doesn't work with us anymore."
Then
but
I-
that was it. That's
I
all
then
she
say-
said.
But then say that you don't
Okay. Do you have
agree.
anything else?
I mean, obviously, but like, people do be following. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess, but like, it obviously seemed like he followed them for a different reason, and it changed to that. He obviously was not following them for that. So, like, oh my god, it's like it should be obvious. And like, I literally have lost friendships in that way, and it's like, oh man, that's a little crazy. And that's really what this is like the fucking fallout of a friendship in video form. And it's not it is, you know, attack on the content, but also, you know, on his fucking just views on, you know, friends and it's interesting.
Else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because
That's
your Reddit
even
was
worse. I literally just read the first one. That's
already
even
talking
worse.
about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was...
If it's like a fucking like editor that they have on the side, and it's like, all right, we have him on retainer, we have him followed, you have Twitter DMs. All right, here's a video here, edit that. Like, that shit happens. I would just, like, be like, oh, god damn it. Like, if I had a fucking, like, someone that I had, like, who made me hats, and then they just started posting shit like that, and then, you know, I had them give me, like, commission, like, every 2-3 months, be like, what the fuck? Like, it's not obviously the reason. That's just, oh my god.
Our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted...
Oh, no, not Dane. I do know about Dane the dumb, man.
Is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now. But you've insisted, that this is an important thing to address.
At the end.
I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story.
Friends who have stood for all these years now who can't find their smash.
I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not do harassment campaigns and instead talk about Vampire's Kiss.
Like they say something like
Their podcast is really out there. I like
he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter.
Shit.
He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
Jesus.
You can't expect other people to stop
Fucking sound the
harassing you
alarms,
if you
people.
continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line.
It really ends when you decide.
That happened today that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself. In terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
So fucking mad. Like, I really don't, like, I'm not gonna make fun of that. I don't care. His, I forget what it's even called again. You know, you can see how fucking mad he is. Like, even just how it's responding there. Just in general, like, I don't fucking know. That could be fucking false, and I'm just fucking an idiot here. But we'll see.
That is a rich thing to say. Like, you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not...
Yeah. We saw earlier that literally this dude that, like, made him something was on his podcast for like 20 minutes. And he wasn't even in the title. And then he was just like, all right, see you, buddy. So, like, we can take that with that.
I get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even really watched the podcast, but fair enough. Like, literally, if it is, like, down,
gonna burn today.
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground.
Yeah.
It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say, like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted, and I feel defensive, and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you, and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end.
First off, is Daniel Keemstar.
You want this Keemstar cock.
Oh, imagine that happens. We gotta see.
Your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much
Sorry.
do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies.
Oh my god, dude. He is fucking hitting him on the head, dude. Like, actually, god damn, dude. Oh, that one's not even saved anymore. Damn. Like, I'm not glazing it because we spent the last... Okay, I'm gonna stop. We spent the last 40 minutes making fun of Iddubz, and he is actually kind of coming back. See how he does.
For something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you, you guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you are being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student.
I was like, where's this
but I'm the
going
white
for?
student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and...
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
Jeez, it's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people.
Epic
She's friends with them.
Which they should have stopped being friends sooner. I don't know why that took so long. I was surprised. It made sense when it did.
Denims is streaming this story about our kid
I'll show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people's shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect...
Including my fucking ass right now?
No, I can't.
Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims. Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time.
This is
but
like
I have a
classic
feeling you guys
content
wouldn't
cop,
like
dude.
if we
He's
said
just
shit like
fucking
that to
hawking
you
shit at
all
him.
the time.
Fucking
Yeah, we've been
Bobak's
respecting
fucking
you
hugging
as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is clean, they're, they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila
scared too.
Wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the fucking the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not my business.
He doesn't give a fuck either way. Like, literally, okay, he's making some power plays.
In my opinion, doing something that's
Yes, it
difficult
does.
and standing by
Bro,
your
I was
principles.
just watching their podcast, like someone like talked about it, like a couple months ago. Dude, he just hopped out of it, bro. That fucking suit, guys. When he puts that fucking suit and that hat on, or no, it's just inside. Like, bro, that dude, bro, he's like bringing him out.
That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are? I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles?
He didn't accept it.
And I
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell
we
you
heard
the
that
way
earlier.
I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles.
He refused to
Now
take
we're
that
going to
call. That
talk
was
about
fucked.
the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan
Mortal
because
fucking maker
obviously
music.
this is like as bad as it gets. If you're
Or
following
Mario
Frogan, that can
Oh,
only
shit.
mean that you're anti-Ethan.
That's who
oh,
we
this is
saw
not a good
earlier.
start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg
This is
Pie, friend of
good.
the show.
This is
Olivia,
good.
Ian, Daily Dose of Internet
Oh.
is anti-Ethan. Jesus, this is fucked up.
shit.
Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here.
Asmongold?
Asmongold follows Frogan. No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're going to want to avoid these creators at the top of the list. But one tier below them are the creators who associate with them.
He's
They're
really
essentially
visualizing his
endorsing
problem
all
here.
of
This
their
is good.
statements. You got me, you got Anissa. I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the
movement.
BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You got to be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world.
Okay.
To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan
and
base.
it's a cash
Also,
grab, dog, I
Ethan
get
still
it.
follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan
Ethan
is
used to
in
talk
his
like that.
feed.
And that's showing up
So we
right
say
up on
dog.
us Nisa's and Iddub's
Now it's
feed.
just
It's
molding.
important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending
my
on how
God.
Ethan's feeling that day.
This is
You have
like
this
everyone we
other
saw
tier
on
of
earlier, that's
creators that
great.
exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan. But Ethan really doesn't
Organic
want to
boys.
bring your attention to these ones
Organic
because
boycotts.
it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows
Damn, these are
that
all
they
good
don't
points.
fuck with his ideology. But he's going to keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just
Oh, the
horrible.
Bill Burr, bro. That was one, that Bill Burr one. Bro, he got so fucked up in that.
That was like my lowest moment on podcast
Hmm.
history.
I
We
like-
could talk about Bill Burr ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was
I
the
think I got
Bill
my
Burr
floss.
episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and he mocks your content nuke,
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah. Bit
You
of a-
kind of like have leftist politics
Guys,
and stuff like
floss
that,
no matter
and I
what
actually
time of
feel
day it is.
betrayed.
Yeah,
And so I'm actually just here to let
And I'm not saying I do that. I'm saying you guys should do that.
you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
you don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're
Not
a
touching
coward. It's just his job. It's just
Shit.
what he
Yeah.
does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable
Educate me.
association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link conveniently are also in this category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although he's sniffing
I
around.
was turning into like a Drake Future type thing. Like at any moment, they're just gonna all like turn on Ethan. Oh my god.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning.
Well,
this guy
it's-
works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic, and he interviewed basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now. Which
Did we know who that guy was.
Which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to.
So he's
and
cool with
I
Hassan,
want him to know that we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button.
If we're gonna play that game, Anissa, with it makes sense with all of them, and then them against. We're playing just that side, but with the points being made, this is turning into something crazy.
You've got a video and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
What the hell? What's with the button? I honestly don't even know what the button is. The button! I'm not an H3
I don't want to go there.
Yes.
There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. Oh shit.
Like, how
pathetic are you? Don't worry if I don't have it all now. Hold on. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Are you there?
You'll be living with
What?
your parents for a lot longer, buddy. Yes, please. I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew. Please, guys, please.
That was fine. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal.
The button.
Of all the things that.
Anywho.
It always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
What is the
Now
button?
let's talk about the button.
Yes.
Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Ela were like, we would kill button that right now if we could.
The cutesy Cinderella thing. Yeah, he like laughed and oh man, yeah, like a really wrong moment.
Change who I am.
I know. That's why. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it.
Kill
See,
button.
exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if this.
That's
the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But okay.
You
what? Button for that? What on this frame?
Is it just like a mental thing? Like I'm confused. Is it like, huh? My stream deck has like guys, look, I have the button. The button. Like what?
Could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more.
Yeah.
You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say,
hit the button for the whole fucking thing. Oh my
hey,
god.
Ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time
I've
to
heard that.
excuse a lot of his shitty behavior
Goblin
or make
mode.
it seem less bad.
I'm in
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
Sorry guys. I've been in goblin mode recently. I can't control it.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets
You know
into
what,
this
guys,
like
for the rest of
uncontrolled
this-
state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself
This-
goblin mode.
Yeah.
I can't wear with the
You did.
headphones.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
Goblin
Cool, you
mode.
got that.
Goblin mode today. You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused the
I'm
fucking
trying,
video.
bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like,
one
if
was
you
bad.
fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone
He's
fucking
crazy,
goblin
Chad.
mode over way less.
But you not thinking
gone
about what
goblin
you're
mode over
saying,
way
not,
less.
you know, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew.
Sorry, guys, I'm in
I
goblin
think the
mode.
crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. To be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
No.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way,
just don't. Listen, your critique of her is
So the button literally just gets rid of like whatever. He's just like,
correct. It's just, you know, people are sensitive about women being called that word. And so,
like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Go ahead.
No,
and I'm
no.
not yelling at you. I'm just...
Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel
hit the button.
is a...
Dude, what is with this fucking button? Like, literally, he starts a sentence and it might be problematic. Hit the button.
Korean.
Literally! What the fuck?
Right?
Yes.
Maziel is a...
Korean.
Dude.
Oh, Dan, come on. You're being so...
Hit the button. Bro, that's like that clip from Family Guy. You have Stewie and Brian. They're going through the fucking multiverse. Hit the button.
You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POs. God.
You know, Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POs.
The one time the button didn't work, and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it. It was rude. It was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
Malding.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
We're doing it.
What are you
Making it
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like, this is what I'm talking about when it's always like...
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday. Maybe. Is it?
You guys, like...
All right, I'm taking my hand off the...
So as long as you hold your hand on the button, it just like... Oh my god, that's fucking ridiculous. And yo, we got the same blush.
What? Okay, well...
heard all that.
Thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it.
Take accountability.
He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that
Hide
the
behind the
button
button.
fucked him.
First of all, I
Hide for the
appreciate
button.
the hard work.
I know you do.
And
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like...
My button, that was so fucking cringe. Let's rewind it back so you guys can actually see what he was saying.
hard work.
I know you
on it.
do,
And
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
No, they have to
I was
do
being
it.
selfish.
No.
Oh my god, bro. They're in a cult right now. He's like, I'm sorry. I was being selfish.
Dude, that button f***ed me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself
Yeah.
by being an asshole. He makes it seem
Bro.
like he's not.
Like, guys, this is Content Cop right here. This is the guy. It makes sense why he fucking waited. This is Content Cop. This is not the squirrel content. This is not that. This is fucking Content Cop. This makes sense. Again, kind of a funny issue, but still, it's hidden.
A tyrant of a boss?
We're doing it.
What are
Making
you
it
doing?
so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
He's doing
Dan, his
two-face.
producer, is
He's pulling an Ellen mode.
constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that
type
photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
It's not that big of a deal, man.
just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No, hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well, tell
Well, you just asked how it changed
Surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay. All right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict. like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed
Oh my god, dude. Okay, he's making this like he's not okay
to do that.
He's not pearl clutching about this. He's just fucking.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm gonna move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him. Because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode.
Yes, guys, we already know Ethan.
Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
Really?
And by the way,
yo, Ethan's gonna go into Gear 5, dude. This is like his new, like he's Super Saiyan, dude. This is like his fucking Super Saiyan 3 mode here.
My ratio is pretty good. Like I'm looking at like 20 Goblin modes to 1.
What?
Too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Demon mode. No, not demon mode.
What makes demon?
Too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Demon mode. No.
What makes demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait
And now he's
for you
suing.
guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you
Sorry, I
do?
keep slamming my
You
thing.
can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power. You have a ton of options. You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point, at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, you know, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view on
Jesus
Hitler.
Christ.
Because Dan Clancy, the
Oh
Nazi,
my god.
fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make
Christ.
it like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like
no,
that.
and he's fucking
Dan
doing
Clancy
it.
now, in
No.
other words, he is a pedophile.
He's handing him right now.
You
Ethan.
have so much less to go off.
I even know, yeah, he does not. And Dan Clancy is like a gooner. I wouldn't go that far though. And hey, guys, stop gooning. But like, damn, dude, this.
Of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I was
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just on
Wow.
his face.
Well, at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Samson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry
My
if you don't have it
God,
all now.
dude.
I'll garnish your wages. You're gonna be living with your
Oh,
parents
he's trying to do a Mad Hoss right here, dude. Damn, Ethan.
for a lot longer, bud.
Super villain arc, dude. Fucking jet black hair.
They,
Bro.
26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and
that's
other content
okay.
creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy
Super
and
villain.
weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Samson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Samson. who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Jesus,
Now
Andy's
let's talk
fucking
about
pulling
the
a Matt Haas on
left-leaning
him.
Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to.
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think that is the.
In what position are you to even say that?
It's not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist Jews.
Seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology is recognizing our race.
I'll be honest, guys. Like, I am not in that. Like, all went the fuck over my head. Like, what the fuck?
That like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think that is the.
In what position are you to even say that?
It's not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist Jews.
Seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch, though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking bitch.
Okay,
You're right. I call her a...
Yo, Ethan being based? I'm kidding. I just what the fuck over. I mean, the way he just like said it like that the second time, I'm like, oh, but like literally like, oh, this bitch. Like, you can get mad about that, but like I literally like I don't know. Just depends what your friend group you're in. But that second time though, he was like looking at her like this bitch. Jesus.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch, though.
I don't know.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking bitch. You're right.
Now he's like tripling down. That's gonna be crazy.
See you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have.
I'm curious what do Lena and Sam think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be in consensus.
Yeah, see, she has it there too. Like I that's like bro. I don't know.
That it's in poor form. I think to respect the women here in the room.
Bro, people are being based.
I'm gonna have to pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy
Like Ethan's late night like recollection of this.
actually is.
You made how many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro,
He should have known. Like, when I saw it, I was like, why?
oh, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours talking to this guy? You didn't have a problem with any of it until...
fucking nailing him.
Ethan...
Until fucking that happened.
Talks
and
about
shit
being
hits the
aware of
fan.
Hassan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked in...
Okay, we're the shark a little bit. Let's do this.
Statement like...
And controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would
that's pretty good. Okay,
conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it. But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh
Israel
my God.
Israel, this is a lie that I see Hassan and people...
So, like, I'm just gonna do the basis, like, of what he said, because I'm, like, not going to do that. It's not my fucking forte. Also, shout out to Bill Backsplash. I guess he's trying to say that, like, they're all over the world, and they all, it's like a branch of opinions, and not just one place that they're located is, like, the grand opinion. Now, the counter to that is, like, that's where they're living and going through that, so, interesting right there. Ethan, though, literally looked like he was bro, he's about to fucking bust a nut right on his fucking head there. He was so pissed.
This is another weird thing.
Oh
Israel
my God.
This is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like... What? I think Israel says
Ethan,
it's
what?
a place where Jews can go.
Israel is just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. If that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go.
Yeah.
Like, sure. It sounds like America to me. Yeah. Like, all right.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together, so when they're being criticized, all of a sudden, they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list.
What?
It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and...
What? Oh, Who Can Say Habibi?
fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Tier list them, and we're going to need your help to discuss and figure out who can say
I think it's just fucking stupid.
Habibi and who can't.
And also, like, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it a slur?
What the fuck? Why are we? Literally, imagine if this was a save like the fucking past. It's like, I can't.
And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't.
I didn't even know that was okay, so that already is a thing. That's so fucking fun.
Tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like that is a word that's used. Habibi. It means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi.
Chad,
so
he
yes,
said
it's
it!
meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it. Because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race. And nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's
What's like race? It's just like that. Like you said, it's just like the pad. It's funny though. I'm just like
the Jewish panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier
it's not even about that. It's about a word they could say.
list based on.
Which I didn't even know that was like. I guess it's kind of just like a lighter and like a joke. Because literally, I think people just maybe look at you weird. Like I don't think anyone's gonna fucking stomp your head in for saying it.
Arab
Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, new gameplay.
to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing.
It's not,
but Ethan should understand this principle.
Stupid
He
and
did
silly.
a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker. I mean, you know.
Stop. That's.
Oh, my take is.
I need to do a tier list on this fucking website. What the fuck is this shit? Hell
We
yeah.
can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face motherfucker.
Pale face. I mean, again, I think that's an F.
Oh,
Hog.
shit.
So hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they are white guys, so they felt very comfortable
is hearing
talking
all of
about
this and
white
they're not
slurs
happy.
on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white.
And
like
isn't
I'm
it fine if they could sit there? I mean, it's fucking fine if they're gonna like.
Super white.
play this
Can you
game.
understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about
Yeah.
Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think
Yeah,
you're more
he
white
said,
than Hassan.
Damn,
I think I'm more white than you.
So yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker. But the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish
think he's
people
done
are
enough.
different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that
This
it's
is a
like
fucking
it's about
ride,
who can say
guys.
Habibi, and then it's like Hassan.
Habibi.
Okay, actually he's
I fucking said it, guys. Shit.
Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like
We say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan.
It's the fucking eye roll.
Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If
This
you're
is
not
racist.
Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it
obviously lost,
anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up.
It's I'm fucking hypocrites and holy shit, the
not.
bottom there.
Ethan is just proving his location.
Holy shit, Ethan going nuclear again. Though, can we run that back? They're racist.
Racist.
They're racist.
Ethan, another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it
so
anti-Semitic,
fucking mad.
you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra.
Yeah,
a lot of the times it's all that's in
Sabra.
the store, and I'm gonna buy.
Bro, when fucking Walmart Plus comes, guys, and you just want to eat some fucking shit, bro, fucking Sabra right there. And I don't mean shit, I mean that fucking good, that fucking hummus, that fucking, get that fucking Sabra.
Buy it, and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit.
It's not the good shit. Trader Joe's, a little level above it. Getting it at a market, above that. Getting it made from somebody who fucking knows and's from there, fucking top of the list. And I fucking know. So.
Like, the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that that's the only option,
hitting
right?
them hard.
Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the U.S. So what are they?
The big one is Japanese culture now. And one day people will realize there's fucking other cultures, which I'm not knocking. I want to go to Japan one day. Japan's fucking fire.
Left with? They're left with a common
Sabra
relatable shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get...
We have made a whole point about Sabra, dude. Listen, Ethan, Sabra can be enjoyed by all of us. We can all enjoy Sabra. Ball Blacks would even agree where the fuck he is now. Or, can we even say that?
These Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days. He goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody wants to prefer
I don't think
Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus.
I don't think
You know,
anyone
it's what's
is.
there.
Like weirdly fluffy.
Yes!
It is fluffy.
But we're gonna enjoy it still, because it's still fucking hummus. You're either gonna do that, or you're gonna fucking go miles and miles to fucking find some at a damn fucking Babylon market or some shit. And that's literally the one I went to, so yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion,
You get like the fucking roasted lemon pepper, it makes it a little better. It's like putting some fucking dressing on the fucking, sort of shit. And when I say shit, this is kind of close to shit. But you have like that fucking Trader Joe's hummus. Oh, fucking forget it, dude. It's over.
it's only good for the first 2 days.
Yeah, that's true. That's also okay. He's hitting him with that.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. Imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Who is eating a whole vat of Sabra in one sitting ever? What's the Sabra hate?
Yeah. I've never liked hummus.
Oh.
Hummus graded. Okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is racist.
Yes, he played the clip. This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because...
And we will also be having one tomorrow, guys, a Sabra hummus discussion.
We all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack.
Ethan's like terrified. He looks like this terrified grandpa. Actually, now when he's laying it out like this, oh no, he is not painting Ethan a good light at all, dude. This is fucking bad. I wish I had another soundboard clip to play for this.
On you. There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle. And Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology,
How was mine get in terms of fucking reacting and not looking a crackhead the entire time?
this is
Guys, I'm thirsty as fuck and I don't want to leave and pause again.
A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score?
Ew.
A perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally
No, he's
10
gonna
out
go
of
around and just praise us now. Guys!
10. Go back.
10.
I can teach you how to make a
Right.
good apology. I'm
Right,
the best at
10
it.
out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint?
Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. This one is actually best apology, so. Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my god.
Okay.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up?
Oh, no.
And I don't know if this came from a good place or not,
No.
but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went to visit Psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying.
Yo, Christian,
and,
what's goody?
you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander!
Probably get pretty low marks.
Bro, I fucking love we both have this. Bro, I need to get rid of this Bo Blacks plush now, dude. Like, why the fuck do we both have that?
Unlike me, perfect score 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, Iddubz, I hear you.
Oh,
You're in the room
no.
with me right now.
Oh,
I
no.
hear you. I hear your request. I
No.
understand it. I I can understand where it's coming from.
We just saw him ranting, guys. Literally, Ethan on the fucking stage, guys. I have a perfect A.
Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my god.
I was trying really hard to think about
this. Oh no.
Unlike me, perfect.
You understand
He has a
it.
perfect
I guess here.
Hey, led friend into this conversation.
Okay,
Oh, no.
Iddubz, I hear you.
Let's see this shit.
You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize.
So is this his fucking
and I will
ending?
be
Is just
there
having this...
to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Is he about to shit? Oh shit, man. He's sitting on both of them.
Fortunately, Kirk did not change his grade. But that's okay, because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric.
Still,
when
he
Psychology
tried.
in Seattle was
He looked pissed there, bro. Bro, I can't get over this fucking gold tooth he has, dude. He needs fucking business.
watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
I was about to say
I think something that's very important to me
Is that why
in
that's there?
bringing
No.
back Content Cop is to be fair.
Yes.
I think that was
This
something
was
that
fair.
was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been, and probably...
Yeah, we never really covered that. I mean, he just kind of gave them enough rope to kind of, you know, drop themselves off. But he
wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human, because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying...
So, damn. Bro, this fucking Iddubz. See, this is like a couple years ago. This is all we've been hearing him talk about. But he bundled it in at the perfect moment where I'm like with it. You know, he's not just starting it out with, hey guys, I think we need... No, he fucking whipped his fucking dick out. He fucking showed what he meant to say. And then at the end, he's fucking doing this. I'm fucking fine with it.
Situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings.
Bro, that fucking grin. Dude, I can't get over this gold tooth he has now, bro.
In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him. Because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy,
bro.
when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends,
you, Ethan.
I think that is
when
you're at your best.
Ethan.
So I'd love to see more of that.
I miss you like that too,
I
Ethan.
will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic.
Oh,
Ethan
no.
used to be the sports figure that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content for all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you
I
the
missed
best.
the old
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut pretty good.
Bro, he's suing his ass. Oh my god.
And I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit.
Yes,
that was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, you know, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like, he was fighting for free speech.
He's trying to pick
I
his
also
words.
see the dynamic of Ethan and Eli.
Oh my god, so he really did tear up. Damn. See, literally, we would be just talking about it. I'm gonna pass it. Iddubz fucking won. I'm just gonna say now, he fucking won this. He cried at the end. We'll give him that. But damn, he fucking did it.
Like, fuck. Like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if
Oh, it's a bad news. Oh
you come
no.
to their defense,
Oh.
that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up. A feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would
Bro,
act
how did this take
extremely
so long to come back?
defensive
How long has it been?
and
Like 8 years?
nasty
7 years?
and not really processing
6
them in
years?
a healthy way.
Damn. Damn. Was that it? Damn, guys! We finished the content cop. That was amazing. Welcome back, Iddubz. Your crown is here, sir. Let's see if you can keep it up. We may take it away. I have a few notes I'd like to give, and I'd like to give this part back because this was like the funniest fucking part. Oh my god. So, what do we learn about Ethan in this? He really just burnt a bridge over him being friends with, or not even friends, having an editor on retainer that was talking shit about Ethan's wife. Now, it just was just kind of wild. Turned into a high school thing there. And literally, people do be following. And literally, everyone we're seeing here just being in the mutual cusp. Ethan turning into a high school game there. Also, crashing out over the fucking friend politics. Like Iddubz. Literally, the people in his podcast that work there were following Iddubz, we found out. Now, Iddubz, not really a big thing here. His fucking gold tooth. He is a fucking gangster now with that gold tooth. He literally just got me there. Yo, Sabra. Literally, Sabra as well. Iddubz being weird again. He seemed less timid in this and just back to being really funny. We had that moment at the end where he teared up. And that's like what we've been seeing a lot of Iddubz. Like, we get it. You could show emotion. But at the same time, we want to see what we knew you for, you know? And you can't really just cut all those people out. You could change it and tell people, like, hey, I don't want to see all this. But it seems like he's going the steps in the right direction there. They have that big-ass comment. Dude, that button is just so freaking hilarious. Like, why does Ethan need a button? Like, oh my god. That part was just way too damn funny there. Constantly having this damn button there that he has to press. Very, very funny. Also, literally, too, the one time the button did not work, we just heard him just go crazy on that one dude. Do we have, yeah, literally.
I'm not mad at you.
Like, this is what I'm talking about when it's always like...
We need to get home for our kids.
We have kids.
Oh, no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just...
Taking my hand off the...
And then he, like, literally blames everyone but himself. So, yeah, a little bit of a point there. Is he said, like, the worst guy ever now? It seems like he literally is going on a crash out. Like, small dose of Fuzi. Now, also, him pedo-jacketing people. Kind of crazy there. A bunch of this here. I mean, I'm going to say, though, that the CEO of Twitch is definitely a gooner, but that dude, literally, we saw clip after clip of him saying that, and then right after him getting upset, saying the equivalent of that.
Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Klein's
God, and then we're literally right
or
here.
whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view on Hitler. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make a murder or shit like that.
Yes.
Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
He keeps saying it, and then one
I have no evidence to.
He is again.
Did we hear the thing that he had to say, though, about this? Because, dude, Ethan gets very upset when it comes back his way. And, you know,
these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but, like, at what point?
In the damn lawsuit. Like, dude, Noah Sampson, that was great. So, literally, we have a really funny video there. We had a little bit of teared up there, the Iddubz that we kind of have seen the last few years there. But, man, was this a damn journey, guys. I freaking loved it so much. This felt like going to see a new movie. I might have enjoyed this more. Friend experience, okay, I don't know about that. But this was up there. One of the best watch experiences of the year. I want to thank you guys for watching. Expect the full VOD out soon. And if you made it this far, please consider subscribing and just stay tuned for whatever is to come. Kind of just out of the fucking random here. But more to come like this. So, peace out, guys.